totally into the society.
What are they going to do then?
They're going to facilitate them to a certain extent and find a solution to the crisis in the Middle East. This is the only best solution.
No, they are not going to do it
no
because the stakes are even higher in the Middle East.
There's not been any solution in the Middle East.
The Syrian crisis, the Syrian crisis and the Iraqis, because these are the two countries.
Yeah. The Middle East is such an explosive environment. That solution requires all regional countries, especially the Arab countries that are rich or not willing to get involved, as well as other countries around the world to get involved in the Middle East. Yeah? And nobody is going to do that. Look at the American shift towards East Asia and rebalancing strategy. They know they're hanging in the Middle East for the time being because they've got no choice, but they want to move away from this environment. They don't want to put more resources into it.
Okay, gentlemen, one last thought from both of you. What do you see in future, maybe in few lines?
It depends how far future you're talking about.
2 years.
2 years, I reckon this crisis is ongoing, but I think they're going to force parties to get on the ground. But I don't think you're going to force the Islamic State to do anything.
Okay, Bakr? 2 years down the road?
Unless it's militarily done.
The Europeans are going to find a way to bring in the United Nations into this crisis, and they are going to force the stakeholders in the Middle East so that this, because the economic crisis in Europe will be a determinant factor.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bakr Najmuddin, and thank you very much, Aqab Malik, for joining us on this very interesting discussion that we had. But this is the time for retrospection, introspection, and also a lot of thinking on our own side. What are the Muslim countries are doing here? If there is anything that Bakr has talked about, Muslim Ummah, the international community is responding to it this way or that way, rightly or wrongly. But what we are doing in this whole regional politics, the Arab politics and the non-Arab politics, are they really concerned about the developments that are happening at this point in time, or they really want to come out of this mess? What we have to do once this crisis again spreads over to the eastern side, over to the Pakistani side, or maybe into the western side, and international community is very much looking into these things, but what is our role? We have to think very, very clearly and positively. Your comments and suggestions are more than welcome at